Hey everybody, I'm Bobby Briggs. I'm the webmaster of Bobby Horror Fan, and it came to my attention to one of my friends, Aaliyah. She says to me, "Have you ever thought about doing a video blog?" And I said, I never thought of that. So I said, I'll do it." And she said, "You should do that instead of typing all the time. Maybe somebody would like to see you." And I said, "You know what? That's a good idea." So anyway, this is going to be a frequently asked questions of horror flicks and my site and why I do what I do. Uh, the first question is from Aaliyah Ortiz. Her question is, why do you like horror? Why do guys like westerns? Why do guys like swimsuit specials? And I like horror because it has all of that, and you throw it into blood and guts and action and comedy, and there's even musical in horror. If you've ever watched Repo, the genetic opera, or Evil Dead, the musical, there's musicals in horror. Uh, I enjoy everything about horror. I first saw my first horror movie when I was maybe 6 years old. I was staying over at my grandmother's house, and Dracula came on. It was around the time of Halloween, and I was very like infatuated with this character. I mean, he was so scary, and you have that gothic castle and that look. I had to be him for Halloween. And later on, that's one of the other questions that was pertaining to non-horror questions. Well, anyway, the next question is from Brian. What was your first R-rated movie? And it's funny because he should know this because I think he went to go see one of them with us. While Jason Lives, I snuck in to see my first R-rated movie. And I enjoyed seeing that. Of course, Jason Lives is the sequel of A New Beginning. I'm glad I didn't see that in the movies because Jason was not the killer. He was a copycat. So we would have been all let down thinking we were seeing a Jason movie, and we weren't. Who is my favorite villain? That's like a child's parents being asked who their favorite child is. Each villain has a special quality to them. Chucky is special. I like the Tall Man. I like Candyman. I like Leprechaun. I like those things in Puppet Master. The Leech Woman and the other one with the drill on his head. Puppet Master is one of my favorites. I also like Angela Baker. Felissa Rose is the most beautiful woman, and I just love her portrayal of Angela, who turns out to be a guy at the end, of course. I won't give the end away because some of you haven't ever seen Sleepaway Camp. That's quite a shocking ending. So I'll just leave it there. Number four's question is, what was one scene that stands out? And she asked me, she says not to name her, which I'll respect that. She wants to know, what is the most goriest scene that stands out to you? A lot of people are going to expect me to say Michael Myers. There's just so many kills. Jason's got so many kills. You know what really stands out? Me and my dad many years ago, we still do this father and son movie outing, and we enjoy it very much. One of our movies was Hostel in 2005. I was sitting there thinking to myself, this is a gory ass movie. I'm like, whoa. I'm surprised it wasn't NC-17. It was like really, at that time, it was bad. There was a scene where the Oriental girl has her eyeball sticking out of her head. They were drilling her or something, and then they clipped the eye. There's a scene where she goes to the train station, sees herself in the reflection, and goes, "Oh my God, I can't believe how I look," because they took her eye out. She throws herself in front of a train. That scene, to this day, is like, there was a woman that was sitting behind us, and I heard her going, and she went out. I don't know if she might have thrown up outside the door, but it was, I've never seen anybody walk out of a movie theater before. That was like, somebody told me later on that week or something when I was talking about it at work, they said that their parents went to go see The Exorcist, and their parents were very deeply religious. Just the scenes of Regan saying the things that she said made the parents say, I can't believe we wasted all this money to see this. This is disgusting. So they left the theater. Some movies have that effect. There was another movie back in the early 70s, way before I was born, called Last House on the Left, and they had a interesting like commercial. It's only a movie. It's only a movie. It's only a movie. And it came up as like an echo and just telling people that it was only a movie. You know, that all the rape scenes in that movie were really grotesque. And I didn't see that till I was like 25 years old. I actually never even heard of it until I was an adult. Wes Craven has become one of my favorite, God rest his soul, one of my favorite directors. I love The Hills Have Eyes. Actually, right behind me is my favorite movie right there in a poster sense. So anyway, the other questions are, let's see. What is your favorite thing about Halloween? Growing up, it was the costumes. Yeah, it was the candy too, but it was the costumes. I was everything from Marilyn Manson to Alice Cooper to Gene Simmons, Spider-Man, Batman. I think I was Aquaman. I forget what else. I was a lot of different things. I enjoyed Halloween. I still do. That's the kid in me. So I don't think I'll ever leave that because I love my horror movies and my sci-fi. So this was fun. And my next video blog is going to be a special thing for a movie that I'm going to pick. I'm trying to think of what I'm going to do. I might, because it's Halloween, I'm very, very much thinking about going into like Halloween in the series. All of Michael Myers and then part 3 without Michael Myers. So stay tuned and enjoy and keep watching out for my website for updates. And I also want to say, my family and friends, you are near and dear to me. I would not do this without any of your support. You're amazing. Love you all. Good night.